And I would like to welcome you for my today's trading webinar. And as usual, let's start with checking who is present and checking if the picture is clear and if you can see me and if you can hear me well. So please put pluses if you can hear me well and you can see me well. So, okay, I see that you wrote that you can see me, you can hear me. That's really good. So let's start trading our today's trading sessions. And as I told before, today I'm planning to combine both short-term trading and long-term trading. The previous time we had the educational webinar devoted to the time frames and the methods to use them. So as I told before, on the platform we have short-term trades like up to 5 minutes, intraday trades that with the expiry up to the end of this day, and long-term trades with the expiry up to 6 months. Most commonly used time frames they are up to 5 minutes. Some traders prefer to trade within daily limits, and I belong to those one. And some when they make long-term analysis, they prefer to open trades with the expiry for several days or even several weeks, sometimes several months. So right now I'm planning to start with the short-term trades, and as this webinar is open for everyone, for every registered trader, I would like to draw your attention to the fact that you need to correspond the investment per trade according to the balance. If I open the trade for $200, 1,000 US dollars, that's because that corresponds to the risk management factor. When my trade is $200, it's pretty small amount. So please pay your attention to that. And if you are copying the trades, please open the trades correspondingly to your account. So okay, let's start. I'm switching to the TradingView website. Here you see the already prepared indicators that I'm usually using. And we will start the analysis, we will start the trading process with checking what's going on currently at the moment on the market. So right now you see that I'm pretty fast. I'm switching to different assets, checking what's going on them, and paying my attention where I can open the trade. Also, I recommend you to pay your attention to the economic calendar. If you are trading both short-term, long-term, you need to draw your attention to that, because fundamental factors, they can spoil the results of your analysis based on the technical point of view, and can influence the market. So let's say, as usual, we on Thursday we have within like 24 minutes we have the news, the events. Hold on, something with the sound. Hello. Just 1 second, I'm checking the sound. Okay, I switched the microphone to another one, so I believe right now everything should be fine. So okay, let's start. So as I told, soon we will have event on the British pound and gonna influence it. So okay, everything is fine. Okay, thank you for your feedback. Okay, so let's start. You see here I have 1 minute time frame. So each candle on the chart shows me the changes in price for 1 minute. Sometimes it takes time to find a good entrance point. Okay, so here it's pretty interesting. So let's try to open one trade for, hold on. Let's check if it's not too late. Well, let's try to enter, but probably we waste the opportunity to enter for that asset. So the first trade is for USD GPY, 1 minute up, and I'm entering for the minimum amount. Always when it deals to short-term trading, you need to be really attentive, and you need to remember also, like, pretty interesting option to enter. Australian to Canadian. Let's check if this asset is available for the trading at the current moment. Okay, and I'm entering as well here for 1 minute for low. Pretty interesting situation for the Euro British pound. I believe that's an opportunity to enter for 1 minute for high. So 2 trades have expired in the money. Besides, you can see here the results of the trading that I did yesterday. British pound is pretty unstable currently in front of the event that we will have soon. So you see it jumps up and down. But still we have pretty good chances that the trade expire in the money. Oh well. Let's enter for the covering of this trade. So the second trade expired in the money, and as you see, we covered the losses from this trade and ended up in the profit. Okay, so let's right now switch to longer time frames, let's say 15 minutes. Here is like interesting opportunity to enter for British pound to Australian currency. Let's enter for 1 minute for high. Euro USD for 1 hour. Let's check. About the Euro USD, here is a pretty interesting downtrend, and as we see, the market reached its upper limits and currently it reversed back. So here is an opportunity to enter for probably not 1 hour, but for, I'm covering the previous trade just for 1 minute, for 30 minutes for low, much stronger probability that it will go down within 30 minutes than within 1 hour. Let's check euro and American dollar with other assets in order to see their own strength and what can be expected from them. Well, to the British pound, euro, it's also on its peak currently, so our trade expired in the money. Let's check for the American dollar. Well, right now I would say that there is pretty good option that the price for the euro within 30 minutes limit will go down and the American currency versus euro will go up. So there is an option to enter the trade for 30 minutes or for 1 hour for low. Let's check 4 hours. Well, 4 hours time frame is not that optimistic to the American dollar. So here here is a high probability of the up movement within like 4 hours. So I wouldn't recommend to enter like for more than 1 hour or even 30 minutes here. So that's what I see here. Even for 5 minutes I would enter. Thank you for the tip. So I'm entering here the euro to American dollar for 5 minutes for low. Please always check the time frames that you are planning to use because they can change. Let's pay a bit of attention to the commodities. So as you see, currently the gold is pretty low, pretty underestimated. and within like several days time frame we can talk about opening the position for the high. So I will enter here for, let's check what time frames we are offered. Let's say for tomorrow up to 5 p.m. my time, I would enter. So I'm investing like 500 USD in that trade. About the American WTI oil, let's switch to, so we see that it's pretty high currently, but if you check for the economic calendar, yesterday we had information, we had statistics on the crude oil. And it was, as we see, it had its influence on the market. Okay, let's see, I have another question about Australian to American dollar. Let's switch to see what we've got there. 15 minutes time frame. Well, here it's also pretty controversial, let's say, for I wouldn't enter for the 15 minutes. I'll probably for 5. Let's see what we've got on the trade. Australian asset to euro, as I have I have question from some of you. Well, 15 minutes I'm not sure. Really, 5 minutes probably yes. So let's enter for 5 minutes, and after that we will check the chart and probably will open another trade. Australian to American for 5 minutes for low. Okay, 10 minutes. I always ask you to pay attention to the time frames because they changes, and the offered time frame when you are checking everything may differ from the previous one, because the market is moving, the time frames they are moving as well. So we see our trade here on euro to American dollar was in the money all the time, but at the last second changed the direction. I will enter for the more 5 minutes for low as well. Okay, so currently we have the influence of this event on the market. I'm sorry, of this event on the market, and let's refresh the page to see was it positive or negative. But as far as I see, the British pound started to move down. Yes, it was negative. So we see currently the result of this on the market, the influence. We see that British pound started to to lose its strength within even the short limits, and thanks to that, the euro also went down. So it may influence our asset, our trade to expire in the money. And as it usually happens after the significant drop, there may be a recovery of the market. So let's wait for this trade to expire to see our further steps. Okay, we can cross it out. And currently we have two active. One long term on the gold, but till the expiry it's more than 1.5 of the day. And 2 minutes for the Australian to American dollar. And meanwhile, let's switch to the British pound, because there is an opportunity to enter for on the aftermath of the event that occurred on the market. Let's see what we've got here. So currently 1 minute drop after that small recovery, and right now we also have a drop, continuation of the falling of this of the British pound. That's pretty low range for the British pound. In 10 seconds, so another candle will appear, so we will see the further. So here we see the doji that appeared. It tells about the uncertainty of the market. Well, there is some probability of the continuation, at least for a bit of the negative trend, of the negative movement for the British pound. So currently I'm not sure whether I should open the trade or not. So I will switch to something else. American dollar to Swiss franc. Well, pretty interesting. So I will enter as well for 1 minute. And check the previous trades that I had. Okay, so Australian dollar expired in the money. Let's check the British pound, what we've got there. Well, for now I see the option to enter for 1 minute for high for this asset, like 60 seconds. Well, I have recommendation here to open the trade on Siemens, but as I don't have it on my chart, I cannot analyze the market. I cannot make any prediction. Let's see the well, judging from what I see here, I would rather enter for high here than for low. So thank you for the advice, but probably next time. Let's see the results. Okay. And there is probability to enter for the longer time frames for the British pound against other assets. So we entered for British pound to American dollar. Currently we see that the second lap trade is in the money, out of money. Well, I will definitely enter for the third lap. Also for $60. Let's see if Australian to Canadian dollar, if this asset is available currently. And here I would enter for 1 minute for low. Well, it would be better if like for 30 seconds, but we don't have this option. these long shadows within the British asset, British currency, doesn't allow me to enter for the longer positions for here, and even 1 minute trading keeps being pretty risky, as we see, as we saw that on the example of my previous trade. Only the first one expired in the money. So this asset currently is not that stable. Okay. We see here the series of trades on the British pound, and only the last one expired in the money, covering the previous three and making some profit. Not that significant, but still. Well, pretty interesting case, but not that much options are available for the trading, and I wouldn't enter for the 10 minutes. Australian dollars within short limits has an option for growth, but still to Japanese asset. Okay, American to Japanese. Within 1 minute time frame, I would open for high. Okay, let's finish with these short-term trading, and switch to something more interesting for the longer time frames. And to the technical analysis, and after that I'm planning to open several trades using the fundamental approach, as we always checking the factors that may influence this or that currency, this or that asset within longer time limits, time frames, and of course within due to the factors that were caused by like quarterly reports, by some events that happens from time to time. Well, here I saw on the 4 hours time frame, like pretty interesting situation, an option to enter, but when we switch into 60, nothing. Here we see like strong support level. Yeah. Well, the chart shows that the trade expired in the money, so we can cross it out. Let's switch to 1 day. Well, there is an option to enter for that. Well, judging from what I see here, there is pretty strong probability that the British asset will change the direction, at least for a while. And when it deals for, let's say, long-term trading, I would enter here. Well, I'm not 100% sure, so I will enter with a minimum for tomorrow with expiry at 5 p.m. The same expiry as within the gold. Also, right now we have pretty interesting situation on Tesla. Though the market is closed currently on Tesla, as you see, it's on its highs due to fundamental factors. So there is pretty strong probability for the further movement, for the further growth of this asset. Nothing that interesting that would make me to open several positions, and well, I would enter euro for several hours against American asset, but for high. Yes, I will enter. So that's gonna be the last trade that I am to open for today. Please write the results of your trading. I would like to know if I help you to get some profit today. So as you saw, the day was pretty interesting. We still have several open trades. So and as usual, well, I would like to see you for the on Tuesday on the educational webinar where we discuss some approaches, some strategies for the trading, and if you will come up with some questions, you may always ask your personal manager. You may direct the questions to me. I would gladly answer you. And so see you on Tuesday. Hope that these trades will expire in the money. So the expiry time is tomorrow. So as usual, stay in the money and see you on Tuesday. Bye bye.